that's a weird part of being, in like your early 20s is like we're supposed to have girlfriends that are sophomores in high school by now.
Yeah. Right.
How's everybody doing?
Hello, everyone.
Are you ready for an ass kicking? I don't know what they say at boot camp. I don't know what Arlie or me said.
Yeah, they say stuff
Are
like
you
that.
fat asses ready to shoot me? Are you guys ready to be Vincent D'Onofrio?
Are you guys ready to get completely
Maggots?
owned?
Yeah.
Are
you ready for me to be in one of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies?
There's gullible on the ceiling, man!
Yeah. Yeah, so I went on, I guess, maybe we don't have to get too into it. I guess we do now that I've introduced that theme. I went on MilitaryFAQ, which is a sub for anyone to ask questions about the military. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Please use a clear title for your question. Clear titles get better answers. Asterisk.
Before we go over the military FAQ, I do want to briefly talk about the football game I just watched. Which is hysterical because
it's not a football game.
The 49ers lost because they quite literally ran out of quarterbacks, which is the most unfair way to lose. Like, how do you fucking prep for that?
They got ref balled, and then also everyone just on the team just died. They got hit too hard and died.
It's such a fucked up way to lose. How do you go? Like, it's so funny because Kyle Shanahan is genuinely one of the smartest coaches in the NFL. And he goes into these games thinking, like, I've learned from my mistakes, I'm prepared for anything. And then halfway through the second quarter, he runs out of quarterbacks. How the fuck do you prepare for that?
He's just like running the calculator of plays in his brain, and he's just freaking out because next to the quarterback, it just says 0. It doesn't compute.
Yeah.
There's 0 quarterbacks.
What the fuck? He goes into the next playoff game he's in with, like, 3 different backups. And then in the third quarter, he just has a stroke.
Yeah.
He's going to lose to Airbud one of these days.
It's like a...
that's what's going to happen. He's going to lose to Airbud. He's going to be, like, screaming at the refs, and the ref walks over to him, and he's like, there's nothing in the rulebook that says the Vikings can't play a golden retriever and find out.
Yeah.
It's like he's playing an RTS game, and he's run out of grunts, You just have to weather the storm. The zombies are coming, and you've run out of walnuts. Your plants are completely exposed.
He's in a Pokemon battle where all of his moves are out of PP. There's just nothing he can do.
They were cooking in Japan when they called the Pokemon move counter PP. I mean, that was just a joke for the Americans. Yeah. Unless PP means wiener in Japan, also.
Yeah.
I'm not...
unless it means PowerPoints.
Which is...
Yeah, Microsoft was really getting one over on us when they came up with that.
Yeah, I like that the healing item they have to restore is called an ether. Because you can go around saying, I need an ether for my PP.
That one is weird that they call it ether. And then it's just an item that you can never... That's like an item that can only be found outside.
I need an elixir for my PP.
Yeah. Those are the items that they don't sell in stores. Those are the only ones that you, like, find on the ground. Speaking of jokes sort of going over your head, I'm going to read this one. This is from Military FAQ. Can autistic people join the military?
Let's go!
For the moment, I am 17 and loves rules and orders, as well as routines, and well are it. Anyway, I know it's just a television I don't know. Maybe I was...
No, you're reading...
Are it.
I love rules and orders, as well as routine, and well are it. And well are it.
Okay. I thought there was like a beat that I was supposed to read that at that maybe made it make more sense, but no. Anyway, I know it's just a television show, and that more or none of the content in it is real, I know, but I have recently started seeing the CBS show SEAL Team. Thought to myself, wow, what a great / horrible life they live. I hope one day I get the chance to serve too. He's talking about an outfit.
It's so funny that they see stuff that is just slightly less glamorous military propaganda. They're like, oh yeah, that's what it's really like.
So I started researching and found something from 2014 about being denied the chance to serve, even if it's their own wish. It's 2021 now. I hope things have changed since then. So I want to ask, does anyone know if I can, when I grow older, join the military?
I love just like the autistic phrasing of "for the moment I am 17."
Yeah, looking at his bio, it says I love role playing. I role-play gaming and are a worshiper of the Norse gods. So he worships Norse gods. He's into the military and he likes rules and order. So nothing going.
He's like, it seems like he would fit right in. I doubt they'd even know if he had autism.
This is set up to a really, really bad scenario where he doesn't get that the drill sergeant is being sarcastic, and somebody yells at him like, "Do I look like a dumbass to you, Private?" And he yells out, "A little bit, sir. Yes, sir." He just gets his ass kicked.
Beaten into.
I don't know.
Hold on.
My genuine. I don't know what his. It looks like he's also on r/Star Wars a lot. I hope that.
Yeah, he's
a
big Star Wars fan.
A passing interest of his, because I think that whatever his his proclivities
did they let autistic people into the Rebel Army?
Yeah.
Did they let ASD people be stormtroopers?
I mean, the truth is that they will let, like, any mentally ill person into the army. They just have to know how to, like, lie about it.
Yeah. It's always funny when, like, a job is, like, are you disabled? And then one of the things they can have you do is, like, disclose that you have autism, which is, like, the fastest way to never get a job ever.
The military's got to take what they can get, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're, like, I think that's, like, something that they're... I mean, I think they won't take that, but they will... I think they will take you if you're smart enough to know not to check that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, just don't check it. They don't know.
The only time that autistic people serve in the military is in Rainbow Six Siege.
But
all those characters like have. It's funny because like all the characters in that game are like, it's like, wow, they graduated from Harvard University, and now they're like now they're part of the FBI.
Is that what Rainbow Six Siege is about? It's about like Ivy League soldiers? I had no idea.
That's what I mean. It's like character based because Tom Clancy died, and they were like, finally, we can mention women that went to college against Mr. Clancy's wishes.
A squadron of special forces who went to Emerson who tried to like dispatch the terrorists using improv.
Yeah. They tried to sexually harass the terrorists.
Yeah.
They try to sexually harass the terrorists to death.
Yep.
They try to get way too handsy with the terrorists.
Yeah, ISIS is introduced to the Emerson division of the Navy SEALs, and somehow they find a way to hate the West even more.
Yeah.
The Emerson division of the Navy SEALs, aka the straightest squadron in the whole Navy SEALs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emerson JROTC is a great movie.
The Emerson Navy SEALs, it comes out later that they all realize that they aren't non-binary. After killing Osama bin Laden.
Hold up. This Nikolai Olsen guy, 8 months ago, he posted an R Viking. Was there a Viking who worshipped the Elder and Norse gods, as well as being a Buddhist? Just a thought that crossed my mind. According to some historians, the Buddha was carried over thousands of miles from different rivers and steppes in Eurasia before it arrived in a Viking house in Sweden. When it got there, if it even did, anything could have happened to it. Getting destroyed, sold, nobody cared, etc. But could there have been a Norseman back in the day who worshipped Buddhism as well as the Old Norse gods?
That's not too unreasonable. Like, Buddhism can be a syncretic religion, and I know Norse gods are, like, definitely open to syncretism.
They are.
Well, I feel like the principles are pretty.
Bro knows the
like,
Norse gods.
Not aligned, right? Like the Norse gods were like all of the gods that were invented like before Jesus were just insanely fucking violent.
I don't think
nobody had discovered compassion and turning the other cheek yet. They were just be like, yeah, we're gonna fuck your crops for fun.
Yeah, I didn't think that the Norse gods like had any like beliefs or anything. I thought they were just like really angry.
Yeah, no, that's why it's easy to believe in like, oh yeah, and then there's and they're like,
and then there's also a calm god who thinks that
and then there's also Buddha over there. Yeah, and we don't really have one of the guys here for being calm, so I think I'm just gonna go worship him and then still acknowledge that Thor is in charge of thunder.
I think the Norse gods had the most gods named after different types of weather. I will give them that. It's like somebody, like a 5-year-old was just looking outside during a really bad storm, and he sees thunder, and he's like, God for that. and then he sees a bunch of snow, and he's like, God for that.
Oh, it looks like he's also learning the Ojibwe language, which would imply that he's somewhere in Minnesota. So,
wow, you two should link.
If you need it, yeah, if you legitimately, I mean, not that he's listening to this, but if you do need help with your Asperger's, I can provide what very limited knowledge I have. How do you guys, healthcare intern student, deal with nosebleeds? That's in r/internships. Oh, this guy's reminding me a lot of myself because I also have chronic nosebleeds and autism, and was
you're
very
in the military.
Into Assassin's Creed at some point. Yeah,
he posted in r/ask, what is the deal with the Will Smith slap?
Yeah,
why are
That's
people
a good
still
question
talking about what
ask.
happened in March as if it was yesterday? From what I get, although it was uncivilized for him to do it, it was just a slap. If he tried to stab Chris Rock, I would get it. But people are treating this as the actual end of the world. Can someone please explain what the heck is going on?
Did you see that that thing Dana White I guess Dana White, who's in charge of UFC?
Is he? I didn't know that. Nice to be telling me that Tom Brady plays football.
Oh, fuck off! I don't know. I don't know how much you guys know about it. You guys could know absolutely nothing about it.
You didn't know who Dana White was, really?
Yeah,
I know the name. I don't know what he
He's
does.
the person I'm pitching it to.
Right.
Dana White is the inventor of MMA, and
he invented it. Yeah,
he's the namesake of white nationalism.
Mm. He's in the white stripes.
Speaking of which, I was looking at the advertising post that was made for the 29 remake of Shaft that came out a couple of years ago. And one of the captions
Shaft
on the post was it was like, you aren't ready when Millennial Shaft goes capoeira on your ass.
Oh yeah,
and ass was spelled with $2
That's
signs.
fucking badass.
And then there's the one that I think Hesse retweeted where it was just like, you guys aren't ready for Shaft, son.
Yeah,
and it was really unclear. No, but I guess Dana White just set up a thing where two people just stand across from each other and just slap each other as hard as they can.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
it looks like it can really fuck you up.
That's so fucking awesome.
Way more.
I love the progression of going from UFC to a power slap league, which is if after inventing football, the guy who invented football invented a different version of football where you couldn't use your hands.
Yeah, it's they invented basketball and then they invented another sport where you just stand at a platform over the hoop with the ball and you just drop it in.
Yeah.
Basketball, but it's only free throws.
Yeah.
It's turn-based combat.
It's like T-ball. It's for kids. Kids completely.
I just found out. Speaking of sports for children, I just found out what pickleball is. I knew they were taking up the tennis courts for pickleball. It's literally ping pong. It's ping pong, but you play with big rackets. It's not a real sport. It's if they.
That's
it's
what tennis is.
No, tennis is hard and you have to run, but pickleball, you are just standing there. And you're hitting this fucking little shitty ball with your racket.
Wait, it's tennis, but you don't run?
Yeah, basically.
That's so funny. My god.
It's like a sport for old people and fat people. It's like if they started ripping the baskets out of basketball courts and started being no, you guys have to play foursquare here.
Griffin, can you read Why Can't I Join the Army? It's pretty short.
I was gonna read. I'm still on our friend. Our Norse friend, he posted in r/wisdom with a quote he wrote himself that says humans are
r/wisdom's really good.
Yeah, and it's tagged my wisdom, so this is his quote. He said, humans are like a book. They have to be read, understood, analyzed, and made with a purpose. And even after that, if you still don't get how they work, they can still teach you a lesson or two.
I guess that's very broad for both humans and books, which I guess is good because humans and books can both be a lot of different things and mean different things to different people.
Oh, I love the only rule of r/wisdom is no astrology related content.
I guess that was an issue. Yeah, no, I'm cheering for Nikolai. I don't think.
I hope he becomes the main. I hope he becomes the Secretary of Defense or whatever. That's the king of the military.
I hope that he maybe moves away from weaponry and maybe moves towards computers or something, and gets more into that.
Yeah, you should get into drones and stuff.
Yeah, this is I mean, I'm looking at this, and it's like kind of some of this is kind of sad. I feel for him. Okay. He's going through it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like an autistic high schooler, once you go to the military, there's not a lot of good that can come out of that.
I'm gonna get him on the podcast. He's gonna. Riff
he would love that.
Yeah, he's just gonna be extremely mean. It turns out he's
just like interviewing
listening
him
to Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, he hijacks the show. He takes the Patreon login and changes the password.
Yeah. What's the most controversial post on r/wisdom?
Does anyone else love Constitution?
Yeah, does anyone?
Yeah.
I'm a huge dexterity head.
Does anyone else like fallacies?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't trust your gut.
Griffin, can you read Why Can't I Join the Army? It's pretty short.
Yep. I feel like we read this one on the Patreon, but that was another one about...
No, there were some different ones. That was for the Air Force.
Oh, okay. Why can't I join the Army? Why can't I join the Army if I have hemorrhoids?
That's it.
Is that true?
I think so.
Oh, wait.
I think that might be...
Someone on one of the comments on here says, be sure to update on how this goes, and then edit. I saw your post history. Do not go to basic training if you have mono. You're going to get a lot of people sick.
Mono is much worse than hemorrhoids.
Well, I mean, maybe that... Yeah. Which one do you think he had first?
That's a good question. Hemorrhoids is something that you get from sitting on the toilet too long. And then mono is like something that permanently affects your... Yeah.
It's a smoochie.
Yeah.
Also posted.
Oh, he's also asking if you can join the Army with an STD. So it seems like he has a lot of different questions.
He says he posted in MilitaryFAQ again. This post is called Military Anal Exam. Hey, I am thinking about joining the Army. How they do the rectal exam.
Very carefully.
A doctor at MEPS takes a look, and that's it. Yeah, okay, any advice?
They just poke you in the butt over and over, and if you go, ow, too loudly, you're not allowed to join.
Says,
how many poppers do I have to take for my...
Oh my god!
For my getting turned out at my rectal exam.
He asked the guy for any advice, and the guy's like, advice for what? You literally bend over and spread your cheeks for about 2 seconds, and the doctor will notate anything he or she sees there. A hemorrhoid by itself isn't going to keep you from the Army, but if you are bleeding or it's discharging mucus or something, that's a different story.
Yeah, after that doctor's done with me, I'm going to be bleeding. But that's what I'm worried about. Gus, what made you say, oh my god?
Just the beginning of that sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't any of the other posts. It was just the...
this guy made a Reddit. This is a throwaway account for him to talk about mono and his hemorrhoids.
All right, this one's a bit of a doozy. Gus, I'm going to have you read this one. It starts off with Army service members.
Army service members. Oh, I am in the wrong channel. Give me one moment.
It's in show links.
Yeah. Great title on this one. Army service members. Is this a dating scam? Parentheses, Fort Knox.
Which I think is the base where a bunch of people are like going missing and turning up dead.
No, that's Fort Bragg.
That's Fort Bragg.
That's
that's right. Okay, never
house.
That's Griffin's house.
Yeah, that's what.
Griffin, why is the military at your house?
Well, they like to come after they do stuff.
Griffin's house is Fort Bragg.
You're Fort Bragg.
I can think of another word that rhymes with brag that I would call Griffin's
I know,
house.
yeah. I'm not going to say that one. Oh, obviously I thought of that one first, but yeah.
Shag? Like I shag a lot of chicks? Like I'm a guy who fucks a lot?
Like you're Austin Powers.
Like
Griffin's
Austin Powers.
notorious for his Austin Powers, like, sensibilities.
Oh, there should be a battalion where they all dress up like Austin Powers. The terrorists will never see it
I
coming.
think they have
Private,
that
are you horny, sir?
No, those are the guys who just...
Oh, I should have said, do I make you horny? Fuck.
I thought that's what you said.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I have an unusual request for help that only those currently active in the U.S. Army can help me with. I'm a single woman and have met a guy online who says he is stationed at Fort Knox as an infantry officer. However, some things he is telling me seem suspect, and I'm starting to wonder if he is a fake or a scammer. Could any of you active service members tell me if what he's telling me is legit, please? He says that at Fort Knox he has to hide his cell phone and use it in secret because service members aren't allowed to have a cell phone on base. He says that all people that he wants to call or wants to call him first have to have their phone number registered and recorded deep within U.S. telecommunications, and that no stranger can call him or he can call a stranger. He said that because he has only been in Fort Knox 4 months, he is still new and can't leave the base until he asks and gets a permit from his superiors. He says CCTV cameras are monitoring everyone all the time. He says his 5-year-old son, kindergarten age, goes to West Point, parentheses, one for kids.
Yep, West Point for kids.
West Point for babies.
West Point Prep School.
And then he boards there and dorms through the school year and goes home on the holidays. Is there such a West Point Academy school for kids? Dude, I don't know if it's real or not, but West Point for 5-year-olds
West Point
is just
for
like,
kids.
that's how you make an army of Ted Bundys.
Yeah, that also doesn't seem like a thing for, like, kids that are, like, going to grow up to be good officers. It sounds like a thing for kids that are, like, hopefully going to grow up to not murder people.
That sounds like a way to, like, instill a deep hatred of the military in a child.
Yeah.
I like to imagine this guy just takes his 5-year-old son to West Point, like, takes him out of the car and just sets him somewhere and then drives away, and then when he comes back 8 hours later, the kid is just standing in the same spot. The kid goes to West Point. He does stuff there.
Yeah. Okay, the comments say it is 100% a scam.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like, I mean, just like reading this already, I like that it says, so they don't confiscate, I mean, I don't know, basing off what I know of my friends in the military, they would, like, only ever, like, limit your phone access, like, when you're going through basic, and then they would not, like, limit your phone access, like it's, like you're at a middle school sleepaway camp. Like, that's just, that would not happen for any reason. I also like that it says, oh, sorry.
I like that he says he works at Fort Knox. Like, I never really thought of that, Fort Knox, as being, like, an actual military base. I just think of that as the place where they have all the gold. So I'm imagining he's talking to a man made of gold.
That's where cartoons go to heist gold.
Fort Knox, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, that's where heists I just assumed that he was like, stopping heists all the time.
I mean, they're very good at stopping heists at Fort Knox. I haven't heard of any heists that have happened there. Maybe ever.
Yeah, I
heisted from Fort Knox. You just haven't heard about it.
No, I actually heisted from Fort Knox twice. So
yeah, I stole a big gold coin that I was going to sell, but it turns out it was just gold wrapper, and it was chocolate inside. That's
that chocolate is not even that good.
Yeah,
that would suck if you like heisted a place and you stole all these gold bars and then you found out it was just chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, my fat ass would probably
like,
do some
not
shit
this
like
time, buddy. We already knew what you were gonna do.
What if hold on, what if, like, you know how, like, like banks have, like, dye bags that will, like, explode and color a bank robber with dye? I'm imagining a bank, like, they just start doing that with chocolate, and they're just bags of chocolate and all the money that explode.
Yeah,
and give the robbers
that guy covered in chocolate.
I can't find our bank. I can't find the guy who robbed the bank. He's just sitting at the side of the road going, this chocolate's so good.
He's sucking it off his fingers.
Licking it off his shirt.
Yeah. The detail that I liked about this is her saying that he says he's an infantry officer, but also that he's still pretty new and needs to be monitored constantly, which is a bit of a lapse in logic. Yeah, people in the comments are like, none of this holds up. I want to see what else she's been posting about, or maybe that's the only thing she's posted about.
A Nigerian prince recently contacted me. He said something that he could get me a lot of money, but there were a couple of red flags. One, the emailing me was joesmith@gmail.com.
Nigeria@prince.com.
I'm being blackmailed for typing in what I thought the domain for Nigerian websites was. He said, this person also posted an r/divorce, pics/separated/divorce. Do people usually delete pics on social media when they are separated, or possibly giving it a chance / maybe working on it? Like, does the court mandate that you have to take those pictures down?
Do they?
I found a website. I don't know. I don't think so. On the Soldiers Project that says how to send your child to military school in 3 easy steps. This was posted January 2nd, 2023. Instead of the traditional route, you can send your little ones to a kid's military school. The youngest age for military school is 7, but how to send your child to a military school exactly?
Did you guys ever know a kid who got sent to military school?
No, I mean I knew like I had like my one friend that did like ROTC, but
that was like my worst nightmare. What if I got sent to military school? Like I always thought like my parents were gonna send me to military school. Like I didn't do my homework, and I would just be going to war and shit. Like I thought I was going, I was gonna be active, fucking active duty.
Yeah, it's like Yeah, you didn't see those parts of Diary of a Wimpy Kid where Greg got sent to military school in Rwanda. That's why he was serving on the front lines as a 12-year-old. No, that's Diary of a Wimpy Kid is what instilled that fear. Or you know what was the fear that got instilled was there was some show on like TLC called Super Nanny that my mom would tell us about, like me and my sister, when I was like 6 and she was 4. And whenever we, like, misbehaved, she said, I'm going to get Super Nanny to come here. And we'd go, no, we don't want her to come here. We thought it was, like, the worst punishment of all time. She just,
like, breaks it. She runs through the wall.
Yeah, it's just, like... Super Nanny? It's, like, it's a British woman that's, like, rude to kids. It's for kids that, like... It's for kids that are, like, rude in ways that are, like, entertaining for TV.
Yeah.
So it's like kids that say fuck when they're, 6 and they, like, somehow get on top of the fridge and don't wear a shirt or anything, but we were just like
that's like a fat thing to say. How the fuck could someone
That's not a fat thing to say. That's a running out of words thing to say.
It's like 6 feet tall. How on earth could they ever pull themselves up?
I can get on top of the fridge. I could always get on top of the fridge as a kid. Even if I had to wear a pool
a shirt in the pool.
Shirt in the pool. If you knew I had to wear the entire pool, I was so fat.
Yeah, Charlie got on top of the fridge by having somebody else hoist him up by a pulley.
Yeah, yeah. I got levied up.
Fucking.
I really.
You guys saw that like one viral TLC clip? It's like from years and years ago about like some family from the South who brings in like a lady to make their lifestyle healthier, and like the kid has like this strong Southern accent, and she like gets rid of like all the bacon and cheese and candy that they've got in the kitchen, and eventually it just cuts to him and he goes, "No bacon." And then like the next shot is him like packing his bags and shit, and he's like, "I tried to be understanding, but they have left me no choice. I am moving away." And he like drags like a tiny suitcase. He's like 9 years old. He's like dragging a tiny suitcase out the front door of his house, and he's like yelling at this like helper woman like, "I tried to meet you in the middle, but you have gone too far."
Did you guys ever run away when you were kids?
I did not.
No, I remember to show my contempt for my parents, I cut holes in a magazine where someone's face is on the front.
Wow.
Did they
kill you?
Yeah, they did kill me. They said, "That painting's moving, kill it!"
Yeah. I would have these Christmas story style fantasies where whatever they punished me with would lead to me getting like irreplaceable depression and then killing myself, and they would be like, "Oh, if only we hadn't taken away Gus's DS for a week."
Yeah. Gus somehow put his eye out with his DS. By not having his DS, he resorted to guns.
I went to play outside and I stepped on a stick and it splintered.
I would be like, when I was mad at my parents when I was a kid, I would be like, "I'm running away," and then I would go and sleep in like the jungle gym in the backyard. Sleep in the backyard.
That's further than I ever got. Yeah.
I mean, if I was like, this is just the kind of guy I am. I knew if I was a kid and I really ran away, I would never come back, and I'd also be a millionaire.
Yeah,
I'm self-sufficient.
Yeah, I would be the first kid to make $1 million off being molested.
Yeah,
I'd be
Mom, I'm moving out
a big cigar
with just this paperclip, and I'm gonna trade it, and I'm gonna have a house.
There's a scene. I watched all of True Detective last night instead of sleeping.
All of it?
All of True Detective season 1.
Yeah.
That's why I texted you guys for my idea for a spin-off series, Me Too Detective, where it's Chris D'Elia and Justin Roiland, and they investigate women that lie for attention.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was tired when I read that. I was kind
of that's fine. Actually, I think it would be funnier if it. Yeah, it's funnier. It's funnier if it's Crystalia and then like a regular actor, and Crystalia is always like trying to make the case about how women lie, and, like trying to make it about the Me Too movement. It's like, well, the testimony she gave on her son isn't lining up, and he's like, interesting. I can think of a lot of other cases of that. It's like, Chris, you need to put down that case. Chris has been working that case. The several teenage girls that accused him of sexually harassing him.
What are all these? Yeah, just walking into the Crystalia's like storage unit, and it's just a bunch of photos of himself with red tape.
Yeah,
I will say both Roiland and Crystalia.
We just said his name like 100 times. You know his name is Crystalia.
Whatever, it's Crystalia. Fuck off. They both managed to get canceled in ways that are extremely comical outside of just what they did, where Roiland's sexual harassment was also bizarrely racist for no reason.
Oh my god.
Crystalia's last role before getting canceled was playing a stand-up comedian who was also a pedophile.
Did you know that there's this Zack Snyder movie, Army of the Dead, about zombies, and Crystalia was in it, but like he got canceled like before it came out, so they just replaced him with Tig Notaro, and Tig Notaro is just doing all his lines in the movie.
It was a week that like some guy that looked kind of like Crystalia was running her Twitter account. They were like, "Oh, get Tig Notaro." They were like, "Oh, here's a guy that's clearly desperate for comedy roles."
Yeah, Crystalia's last role was attempting to molest Jenna Ortega. That is, I'm not making that up. That is actually what happened.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I believe that.
No, that is 0% a joke. It was a Netflix original.
Yeah. Netflix presents Crystalia trying to molest Jenna Ortega. Brought to you by the Me Too players.
The Justin Roiland text where he just starts speaking in Chinese voice is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no school tomorrow?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Was that even like a sexual harassment thing, or was that like someone saying like, look at these texts I got? Because they didn't even look like
he was.
I mean,
they
were like
obviously a 16-year-old. So
yeah, no, I mean obviously they were like fucking creepy, but like it didn't even. It looked like he was like not even like going for like asking them.
No, I think he's just a freak, and he's just wanting to
just
virtually touch as many people as possible, to make as many people feel icky in as many ways as possible.
Yeah, that's a weird part of being, in like your early 20s is like we're supposed to have girlfriends that are sophomores in high school by now.
Yeah,
like, all the girls I knew in high school were friends with guys my age, and it's like I'm not running into any 16-year-olds. That is that is true, because like I guess it's like you have to be a real piece of shit, I guess, if you're 22 and you're like
you have to be a real piece of shit to fuck a child. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Charlie goes the joke about having a girlfriend that's in high school, and then immediately goes, "You'd have to be a real dirtbag to do that for real, though."
Yeah, it's like how conservative comedy works.
I don't even know how you would do that. I don't know where high schoolers even hang out.
Yeah.
I actually have a disease where I can't see high schoolers.
Yeah. I'm doing
I've hit so many kids with my car.
I'm doing a new 45 minutes about all the ways that I don't even understand why someone would sexually harass. And that's my entire joke. That's like my counter to like penis CK or whatever that bit was.
I'm doing a 55-minute stand-up set about all the ways that I understand consent and I don't get how people don't. And it has the worst Rotten Tomatoes rating of all time. And the entire time, I'm like visibly sweating. I look like an anime character who got nervous.
You're completely all the blood is like rushing to your penis, and you're completely white.
I keep interrupting jokes to like really noticeably grab the front of my shirt and fan myself, and like every single part of my body is just soaked. And I'm going like, and another thing, like, why don't you just listen when they say no? And like my voice is cracking.
I'm getting hypnotherapy to condition me to vomit whenever I see a high school, so I don't go in there. And I make all the people uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would also be really useful for high schoolers who didn't want to go to class.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
It's like weird enough being in like a group chat with high schoolers on Twitter.
That doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, that has never happened to me.
Well,
it did when I was in high school in group chats.
Oh,
it doesn't happen now. In fact, I forgot it ever happened.
No, I mean, well, yeah, there were a couple times. Wait, never mind. I won't go into. I was trying to piece together Griffin's history with Twitter from what I know, but never mind. Griffin, you've been on here since like 2011, right? You were on here
Twitter?
when you were 12. Yeah,
Basically.
You're like one of the OG weird Twitter guys.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know if you guys know my old account. It's at Fred Delicious. Yeah, it was kind of. I was in with the whole like pixelated boat, kind of like seeing. You know, I did the Gorilla channel.
Yeah. It's funny how like the only guy that was like on like people talk about like how much like fuck you and die is like influenced comedy, and I think like the only one of those guys that like has made like money off of that is like Drill, maybe.
Weren't like
it's like all those other guys
wasn't like
all those
Jesse
other guys
Farrar,
are just like Barrett
Fayed guy or whatever. I don't like this
probably.
conversation. Can we talk about the military?
Yeah,
or something?
I did never want to.
No. We're going to talk about something awful more. I think both of you know a lot about. I'm kidding.
Fuck off.
So USMC boot camp.
Can I be real? Like, what even is something awful? Like,
as far as I know, it was just 4chan.
Was it like proto Reddit? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Reddit you had to pay for. Straight up.
The point I was trying to make with that is that all those guys suck.
I like them.
They're
actually all my friends.
I only hear about them when they like harass female mutuals of mine.
Drill, if you're listening to this, I hate you.
Drill, you're actually a complete fucking shit. I thought you were cool
for
a while.
Nice candles joke, bro. Good one.
Bro, am I the only one who thinks Drill is actually completely fucking overstayed his welcome and he needs to fuck off?
Yeah. Yeah,
anyway.
They need to make room for me, the new Drill.
I only hear about those guys when they're like, Kanye needs to pull up his pants.
Yeah. This is a short one from USMC Boot, and it was one of the I think it was the second most controversial, and it makes sense why. And it says they said your boy made it. I'll be seeing you goys at 29 Palms on Tuesday, which I think a lot of the comments seem to be them not understanding what that means. I don't fully understand what it means, but I know what goys means. And it's generally not like if you're joining the Marines and you're talking about that, then I don't know. Doesn't seem to bode well. Griffin, do you want to read this wisdom one?
Yes. This is an R wisdom. A girl I like put her pen cap in my bag. My friends and her friends say it's a sign. There was no reason as to why she would do that. She sent a friend to ask for it back. I asked how she knew it was in my bag, and she said, I came to know, in a very aggressive tone. Does she like me?
And that's from user Pencil of John Wick.
The Pencil of John Wick.
Pencil
of Joker was taken.
Yeah, you think that's how he kills people, but that's actually how he, writes his epic prose on r/wisdom about how,
I thought wisdom was going to be about making good decisions or growing smarter, but it seems like it's mostly just about astrology. They said they banned astrology. But
there's a lot of horoscopes on.
I saw a raven. Is someone I know about to die?
Yeah.
I've just kind of been scrolling our wisdom.
Yeah.
There are people who post Andrew Tate stuff. There are people who...
The dolphins lost today. Should I be scared of the water?
Yeah.
There are people who post poems. A lot of posts about ChatGPT and AI, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of them is I asked ChatGPT to give me advice for 18-year-olds.
I love how shallow the implementation of that is, because someone's like, all right, here's how ChatGPT is going to outflank the fucking knowledge economy, and it's just an article. It's what would Gal Gadot look like if she was in Star Trek? Here's an image.
I love that it's
and then that's the article.
ChatGPT is becoming so advanced that kids are actually going to use it to do their fucking homework. Can you believe this? Can you believe kids are using the internet to do their homework?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, someone in here. This is a video that someone posted in r/wisdom.
r/wisdom just said, "What good is a knight without his sword?" That's all it is.
This one.
That sounds like something you say after you like disarm someone.
That's like Skyrim guard dialogue.
Yeah. What good is a knight without his sword?
That's like something that's like you're like rattling the cages in the jail, and the guard comes up, what good is a knight without his sword? And then he walks away.
What good is a knight? Yeah.
Anyway,
I like that the guards in Skyrim don't really do like medieval poem shit so much as just like old timey versions of being like, dude, I can't fucking believe I gotta go into work today. They're mostly just complaining about having to fill in for shifts.
They're always
makes perfect sense.
They're doing like the old timey version of being like, squash it, bro.
Yeah.
What are you stepping to?
Can you stop fucking yelling, man? Like, please. Do you know how much the Jarl is paying me for this shit, dude? I might have to get a second job.
Griffin just sent a video that's a lot to handle.
Yeah, the reality of BDSM in r/wisdom.
It looks like a guy he's talking in the park. Actually, Gus, can I have you read the one that I just sent in Wisdom?
Yeah, 1 second.
It's not going to be...
The title of this post is Dark Wisdom.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I almost don't want to read it. The title is...
No, you have to read it.
Spoiler. A smart man understands wise words. A wise man understands foolish words.
That's so true.
I mean... essentially the basis of wisdom is just doing that, is like inverting things. It's like
I love
perhaps the
like,
stupid man was the smart one the whole time.
Yeah, wisdom is about doing in Soviet Russia jokes, basically. I'm gonna read this one. I just found one called Casual Sex. Each time a man connects with a woman sexually and releases his life form energy within her. Does he mean life force? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a life form energy. He leaves a part of his information, DNA, in her birth canal. If she doesn't mean herself, his energy remains inside of her. That imprint can create illusional sexual addiction to that individual. When someone decide to have multiple partners, it can sometimes send mixed emotional signals within the person's body's vibration system. There's so many things being introduced here. Women must be careful of different energies or spiritual forces polluting their internal temple. You are a sacred doorway where life is intended to pass through. Respect yourself. Use your gift wisely. Just think about it and ask yourself, ever wonder why they call it sexual intercourse? Inter-course? It's an null course that unites man and woman, mind with mind, spirit with spirit, or energy with energy. This is something that a condom can't protect you against, because energy is behind the elements of all flesh. There's no such thing as casual sex or friends with benefits. No. I don't think so. Intimate activity intricately entwines the energies between two people. Sex creates the powerful exchange of energy between those involved. Wow, it just keeps going on. This type of social clutter can be felt by your partner's subconscious. I guess that's if you're, having like extramarital. And there are 20 comments on this.
Wow, that guy is fucking cooking.
Yeah, that guy loves eating pussy, like way too much.
Well, you're entering her course.
Well, for any women listening to this, I actually don't think it's possible to love eating pussy too much.
I think that this guy found a way.
It gives me a stomach.
Yeah, no, it is. This is Gus's account.
No, fake.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Gus has a big cartoon tongue like the mask.
No, I have a normal tongue.
Yeah.
I've never been medically diagnosed with cow tongue.
It just like falls out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And you just hear it drop on the floor for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. I make those really long posts about how important like the representation in Encanto is for immigrants who are struggling with anxiety. But instead of it being about that, it's just about the Pokemon Lickitung.
Yep.
Yeah. That is That's so cool.
I
that they
consider
were like,
what
we need
Gene
another.
Simmons did blackface.
Yeah.
Which thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't Gene Simmons have a real name that?
Yeah, I think it's Haim Saban or something. That's not his name.
His name is.
That's the name. It's very.
His name is Chaim Witz.
Chaim Witz, yeah.
Wait,
I didn't want to say
serious?
it was. I didn't want to say it was very Jewish, but it was very Jewish.
I knew it was very Jewish, but I didn't want to just say. Isn't Gene Simmons like a fucking Jewishly?
Does that mean that
I like how dumb like fake rock band names got the later the people got into
the Demon.
Like Gene Simmons is believable as somebody's real names, but then you get into the 80s and it's shit like Mick Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make
Toby
it okay
Thunder.
for
Yeah.
Does that make it?
Mick
Does
Mars
that make
is also
it?
good because it used to be like an old timey racial slur. Like imagine if the lead guitarist for a band went by Wop Johnson.
Yeah, like
Well, the logo of Kiss is because Gene Simmons has such a Jewish name. Is that like the past for them having the SS logo in Kiss?
It is so funny that they just have.
Yeah, that's like their thing.
Yeah.
And then Gene Simmons, like after Kiss, he's just like, I'm spending all my time. I'm bringing the Kiss Army's energy to love for Israel.
I'm looking at
There's also a different, less famous metal band that goes by ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember being a kid that knew too much about geopolitics in like some hotel in Wisconsin and seeing that there was a hotel near a water park called Isis Hospitality in like 2013 in reference to the Egyptian goddess. And I don't know if they're still around.
I'm looking at Gene Simmons' Wikipedia page, and under the early life section it says, he has said that his family was dirt poor, scraping by on rationed bread and milk. At the age of 7, he began to pick wild fruit and sell it on roadsides together with a friend.
What?
And I don't have any comment on that.
That's a Hobbit-like activity.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's eating like rationed. He's eating like the damn monkey from Aladdin, eating leftover bread.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of like saying something insensitive about that because that's like only something that hobbits do.
Only hobbits eat bread to get by. Yeah.
No, only collect berries to sell them. That sounds like something they would do, and I don't know if
I mean, if the fruit is near enough that you can just like pick it and sell it, why don't other people just pick the fruit? He's like selling like poison, like those red berries that look edible but are just poison.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I literally, or not literally, I pretty much did that. There was I got an idea when I was a kid to set up a rock selling stand.
Whoa.
Where I just found the coolest rocks in our side yard from like the the big like fucking like I don't know like how many like gallon bags of rocks that the contractors laid in there. And there was like some street festival like a couple blocks away, and a bunch of drunk people bought rocks from me.
So you're just selling like regular old rock.
Yeah. Yeah, like just like varieties of rocks you'd find at Menards.
Yeah, every kid, I feel like every kid wanted to have a rock collection, and then they realized that all the cool rocks, they don't just like appear. So you just end up with a shelf with like 2 normal rocks and a piece of quartz.
Cool rocks cost a lot of money.
Yeah, I learned that from Breaking Bad.
In fact, they're some of the most valuable things.
They're called minerals.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are minerals.
Wow, the guy who is like really talking about I'm just gonna send you his profile because he does not let up.
The casual sex
talking
guy?
About the casual sex guy. He's not casual about anything, including sex. In Deep Thought, psychedelics are everything. Psychedelics are illegal not because a loving government is concerned that you may jump out a third-story window. Psychedelics are illegal because they dissolve opinion structures and culturally laid down models of behavior and information processing. They open you up to the possibility that everything you know is wrong. I don't know if everything I know is wrong.
Everything you know is wrong, Gus.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he also posted r/anger, which is a really cool subreddit.
r/anger.
He said, "Control your emotions. You have got to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, or you will lose every time.
That must be the most
yourself every time.
That has to be the most downvoted post in r/anger. Just going in there and being like, everyone needs to calm down."
Yeah, calm down. That's the most controversial one. Note: this does not mean dishonoring emotions or feeling. Be sure not to distort the teaching. The key is to be the witness. Observe everything within that comes up rather than react. Stop and think first, then choose how to respond, or remain silent. Silence is also a response.
That is true.
Someone said how, and he said organize your mind. Change if you must. This is possible for everyone. If I can do it, then anyone can. This guy rules so much.
He posted an
look at all this
deep thoughts about fruit fasting. He says, it takes a lot of energy to heal, so does digestion. When our body is busy digesting heavy proteins and all this junk, it's essentially robbing your own body of energy that can otherwise be used for healing, restoration, and rejuvenation of cells. Once you shit down your digestion, you have more energy for the healing process. He said FO.
That's just facts.
Fruit takes,
I always shit down my diet.
I always shit, and I have more energy for the healing process. Fruit takes very little energy to digest, especially natural fruit juice. Hence why grape fasting is one of the most powerful detoxing techniques known.
Oh my god, he has written so many things. Look at this profile. Like, just scroll down.
I've been looking. What do you? Of course.
No, I know, but like, just like, there's like at least like 36 posts that are just like these multiple paragraphs. I don't know.
Dharma.
I was expecting it to be like a, you know, like a couple.
No, he is like, he's cooking. He's got his 99.
Yeah, I know. That's what I. That's
what
I
meant.
meant.
Called pineal gland.
Oh, send that one. Yeah. Oh, in emotional r/emotional neglect, depression. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of r/emotional neglect.
Oh, dude, fuck.
Sorry, this post has been ignored by the moderators of r/emotional neglect.
Yeah.
This post has been left in the car by the
I was about to
moderators.
say that. This post has been. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This post has not gone to the Little League game.
The moderators of r/emotional neglect have left this post in the car. Left this post in the store.
Yeah.
And then wandered off for an hour. I just did the
the moderators of r/emotional neglect have forgotten to pick you up from school.
Yeah.
This one is titled "Without Consent."
Oh boy!
All right.
Do you believe that you run your own life? No, brother. You are enslaved and mind-controlled. I wish you knew. You are smartly being guided to do what you are doing without your own consent. The brain is composed of 20 million neutrons, and I lost the fucking page. 80 billion neurons and a trillion synapses through which electrochemical messages are transmitted. The technology now exists to interfere with your system and transmit external messages other than yours for evil purposes, to manipulate you to do what you do not want to do.
It's called talking.
That's crazy.
It fires the synapses that hear someone say something.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm being mind controlled into fucking hate watching reality television.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. I'm not just a massive mark that believes anything. There has to be mind control going on, because I'm really. Oh, also an r/anger. Open your heart. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators of r/anger. That's so fucking funny. Wait, he posted it again.
This post has been screamed at by the moderators of r/anger, but they didn't mean it.
The moderators of r/anger have punched a hole in this post.
The moderators of r/anger swear they're only like this when they get drunk.
Yeah. The moderators of r/anger aren't going to do this again. They love you.
The moderators of r/anger would like to remind you that everyone makes mistakes.
The moderators of r/anger are talking over your post and saying they walked into a doorknob.
The moderators of r/anger want one more chance, just one more chance, baby.
Whoa, okay.
Before I do something drastic, he posted open up your heart and deep thoughts, which is probably what he posted in anger.
He posted
one. Moderators of r/anger have been arrested for an unspecified incident.
Yeah. The moderators of r/anger have been arrested for a series of killings.
The moderators of r/anger swear they won't get this emotional over the game this time.
The moderators of r/anger are no longer involved with Rick and Morty.
This guy posted in the jungle. 1. The elephant is the biggest. 2. The giraffe is the tallest. 3. The fox is the wisest. 4. The cheetah is the fastest. Yet the lion is the king of the jungle without even any of these qualities. Why? Because 5. The lion is courageous, is bold, walks with confidence, dares anything, and is never afraid. 6. The lion believes it is unstoppable. 7. The lion is a risk taker. 8. The lion believes any animal is food for him. 9. The lion believes any opportunity is worth giving a trial and never lets slip from his hands. So, 10,
true at all.
You don't need to be the fastest. 11, you don't need to be the wisest. 12, you don't need to be the smartest. 13, you don't need to be the most brilliant. 14,
which is different from being the smartest.
All you need is courage. 15, all you need is the will to try. 16, all you need is the faith to believe it is possible. 17, all you need to is believe in yourself that you can do it. The lion sleeps for 20 hours and works for 4 hours, and yet eats meat. But the elephant works for 24 hours and eats grass. Your life strategy matters most in your approach to circumstances and situations for you to be a champion or a winner always. Stay in the lion's mood. That's the mood for winners, because you were born to win, not to lose and suffer.
You loser elephant eating grass all the time, unlike me.
Maybe the worst.
A lion.
Maybe the worst numbering conventions I've ever seen anywhere.
Yeah.
There are lists within the numbers that aren't subheaded. I mean,
yeah.
This is just this guy needs an editor.
Yeah. Yeah.
User Bobby Bundles, hit us up. I would love to copyright for you, and I think we could just get all this published and legible.
He also needs a better understanding of what animals live in the jungles. He needs to move beyond children's book from the 1950s. Yeah. Because how a giraffe doesn't live in the jungle.
You don't need to be the wisest or the most brilliant, by the way. Yeah. You can be one but not the other.
Yeah. The wisest and the most brilliant is you, dear reader. Also these end in some of these end in semicolons for some reason.
Yeah. He's a
It's just really weird. I guess maybe that's
I'm starting to think there's something not right with this guy, actually.
I'm starting to think there's something very right with this guy. I think that he could. I mean, honestly, this guy is one or two steps removed from just giving a TED talk.
Yeah, I bet he has done a series of TEDx talks.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, if you're in, I need to plug.
We've been going an hour.
The TEDx parody. Well, I don't know if we've gone an hour. But I need to plug.
We can plug it at the end because we've been going an hour. I just want to say he posted something called Soul Seed in r/Faith and Humanity, and the post has unfortunately been removed by the moderators of r/Faith and Humanity.
We definitely need to come back to this guy, if only because he found so many cool subreddits just based on emotions.
Just going to r/spirituality, r/reading, r/eyesight.
Yeah. r/shamefulness,
philosophy of religion, r/emotional intelligence.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna poke around the subreddits he posts on. So I don't know how I haven't.
r/casual conversation.
Oh, I think that's a big one. I've been meaning to go through that.
Yeah. Oh wow. 2.1 million conversationalists.
Yeah.
How many talkers are up in here?
Yeah.
How many of y'all conversing?
I was actually, that reminded me of one last thing that I thought was funny on Reddit. Was I was looking up a plot detail about True Detective last night, and I went on r/True Detective, and the little flare they have that says 93,000 True Detectives and 96 are on the case. Go True Detective, go. Anyway, but if you are in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, or if you really like me and are outside that area, you can go to Friday, February 3rd at Comedy at the Crane, and that is 408 North 3rd Avenue, Minneapolis. It's $15. We're basically, it's me and a bunch of other comedians. We're doing basically parody TEDx talks. A little preview of mine is I have a thing in there about how TEDx is the white Malcolm X.
Wow. That's funny.
The rest of Charlie's TEDx talks is exclusively about how small his penis is.
Yeah, you guys, yeah. Anyway.
I'm also going to be there, and I'm going to do a whole TED talk about how TEDx is the white Malcolm X right before Charlie goes and completely ruin everything for him.
There's nothing Griffin is better at than taking the wind out of my sails.
just I would love to just follow you around to every show you do, sitting in the audience and being like, oh, yeah, I get it. Just completely psyching you out.
I sort of did that to someone, or there was a guy that was like bombing on stage, and he said, how many of you guys have you guys heard about this Ukraine thing? And there was like a second of silence. I just said, no. It's like, I felt bad, but it's also like, you can't ask that question, man. Come on.
Have you guys heard about this new sport they got, football?
Yeah.
These guys are running into each other real fast.
Patreon.
So Vermont is a thing.
Go to the Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Subscribe to the Patreon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.